Suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Oh, wow! Wow!
The moment itself lasted only a few seconds, but what happened after showed something much bigger than just one person losing control. When Will Smith walked back to his seat after slapping Chris Rock on live TV, the room didn't go silent. It didn't stop. The show kept going. People laughed again. And before the night ended, Will Smith was back on stage accepting an award while the crowd gave him a long standing ovation. That wasn't confusion. That was habit. In that room were some of the most powerful people in Hollywood: the bosses, producers, agents, and investors. Their jobs depend on things staying stable. They depend on famous stars who make money and feel safe. In that moment, they weren't just thinking about right or wrong. They were thinking about what would protect the system that had made billions of dollars with Will Smith for almost 30 years. For decades, Will Smith was seen as the safest kind of celebrity: friendly, funny, family-friendly, reliable. His movies made billions. His image was carefully built to look almost perfect. But when that slap happened on live television, that perfect image cracked in front of millions of people. And yet, the applause that followed showed Hollywood's first reaction: protect the brand, calm the situation, and keep the show moving. Live TV can't be edited. There are no do-overs. No publicist can rewrite what everyone just saw. That night, people didn't just see a shocking moment. They saw how the entertainment industry reacts when money and reputation are at risk. It became more than gossip. It forced people to think about the quiet rules that have shaped Hollywood for years. Suddenly, it felt like accountability, taking responsibility for your actions, was optional, but power was still untouchable. That's when some people inside the industry started speaking up. One of the first was Jim Carrey. He said he felt sick watching the standing ovation, not just because of the slap, but because of how quickly everyone acted like nothing serious had happened. To him, it showed Hollywood cared more about protecting itself than standing up for what was right. Jim Carrey wasn't promoting a movie. He wasn't trying to get attention. He spoke as someone who had been inside the system for decades. In the 1990s, Jim Carrey became famous by being different. He was wild, silly, and didn't try to act polished or perfect. Over time, he started talking about how fame can feel like wearing a mask. He said celebrities sometimes create fake versions of themselves, almost like characters, and then get trapped inside them. From his point of view, the slap wasn't just about anger. It was about identity, about a public image that had been built carefully for years, suddenly feeling threatened in front of the whole world. What bothered him most wasn't even the slap. It was how smoothly the industry absorbed it. No pause, no serious discomfort, just applause and business as usual. To him, that showed Hollywood had lost its moral direction. It cared more about protecting power than protecting principles. Eddie Murphy handled it differently. For years, Eddie Murphy stayed away from award shows and Hollywood events. He didn't chase attention. So when he showed up at the Golden Globes to accept a big award, people paid attention. During his speech, he joked, "Pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name out of your mouth." People laughed, but it wasn't just a joke, it was a reminder. Murphy later explained that comedians believe jokes are meant to challenge people, not hurt them, but reacting with violence crosses a line. What made his words powerful was that he didn't sound angry. He didn't give a big speech. He simply acknowledged what happened and drew a boundary. And in doing that, he showed how strange it was that so many others had stayed quiet. To understand why this all felt so big, you have to understand what award shows really are. They aren't just celebrations of art. They're huge productions built on image, money, and influence. Everyone smiles, everyone claps, Even when they lose, big problems are usually handled quietly behind the scenes. The Oscars moment broke that illusion. It happened live and couldn't be controlled. The standing ovation helped shift the story from serious misconduct to emotional moment. It allowed the show and the business to continue smoothly. That's why one simple joke at the Golden Globes felt like a small correction. It reminded everyone that a line had been crossed. This connects to something else that had been happening long before the Oscars: how celebrities manage their personal lives in public. On Red Table Talk, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith talked openly about their marriage struggles, including Jada's relationship with another man during a separation. It looked raw and honest: soft lighting, calm voices, emotional conversation. But it was also controlled. Will sat at the table as the forgiving husband. The situation was turned into a story about growth and healing. Instead of damaging his image, it reshaped it. He became the strong, understanding figure rising over pain. This is what Jim Carrey meant about constructed identities. Even vulnerable moments can be carefully packaged. In modern celebrity culture, scandals aren't always avoided. Sometimes they're managed, shaped, and even turned into content. This kind of image control isn't new. Back during The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the original Aunt Viv actress Janet Hubert suddenly left the show after 3 seasons. She was labeled difficult and hard to work with. That label hurt her career badly. Years later, she said it wasn't about attitude, it was about a contract dispute. She felt she had been treated unfairly. At the time, Will Smith sided with the version of events that protected the show and its success. The show continued, her reputation suffered. In Hollywood, being called difficult can end your career, especially for women of color. The damage can be even worse. That situation showed how quickly narratives can be shaped to protect what's most profitable. As Will Smith's fame grew, there were other signs of how much power he had. During the filming of Men in Black 3, he had a massive luxury trailer parked in New York City. It was huge, almost like a moving building, with a gym and luxury features. Residents complained it blocked streets and caused problems, but production continued. It wasn't just about comfort. It showed that how once someone becomes valuable enough, normal rules can start to bend. Then, after the Oscars, old rumors and unproven claims from various people resurfaced. These allegations were never confirmed and should be treated carefully, but their return showed something important. Once a powerful image cracks, people start questioning everything. When someone has been seen as untouchable for decades, even small cracks can feel huge. After the Oscars, Will Smith wasn't fully removed from Hollywood, but something changed. Projects slowed. The excitement around his name felt more cautious. His film Emancipation was meant to be a strong comeback, but it was released under a cloud of recent events. The box office struggled. Awards buzz faded. This wasn't loud punishment. It was hesitation. Studios didn't suddenly discover morals. They discovered risk. For the first time in decades, Will Smith wasn't the safest choice in the room. The same industry that applauded him that night was now quietly stepping back, not out of principle, but because controversy makes marketing harder. But the biggest shift may have been in the audience. People began looking more closely. They questioned the polished image. They noticed the difference between the public persona and the real person. When trust cracks, even a little, everything feels different. Apologies sound rehearsed, speeches feel strategic, moments feel calculated. The Oscars didn't instantly end a career, but they ended an era where image felt stronger than truth, where protection felt guaranteed, where reputation seemed untouchable. After that night, the protective shield cracked. So now the real question isn't just about one slap. Was it a single mistake? Or was it the moment when a carefully built image finally became too heavy to hold up? That's the real story. It took only a few seconds. One moment, people were laughing at a joke during one of the biggest award shows in the world. The next moment, millions of viewers watched something they never expected to see. An actor walked onto the stage and slapped a comedian on live TV. But the slap wasn't the most surprising part. What happened after was, the cameras didn't cut away for long. The show didn't stop. The audience didn't leave. Instead, something strange happened. The room adjusted. People shifted in their seats. Some looked shocked, some looked confused. And then, slowly, the show kept moving forward as if it had practiced this before. Later that same night, the actor who had just slapped someone walked back onto that stage. He gave a speech, and the crowd stood up and clapped for him. That moment made people around the world ask a big question. What just happened? Was this just one man losing his temper, or did it reveal something deeper about how power works in Hollywood? To understand why this moment, because the industry often rewards image management over deep honesty. Award shows present themselves as moral stages. Speeches talk about justice, equality, and doing what's right. But behind the scenes, decisions are often made based on business. Who brings in money? Who brings in viewers? Who creates headlines in a good way? The Oscars moment made many people realize that when image and ethics collide, image often wins first. But over time, something else wins: trust. Trust is fragile. It takes years to build and seconds to crack. Will Smith's career was not erased. He still has talent, he still has supporters, but the unquestioned trust he once carried is different now. And once unquestioned trust disappears, every action is viewed through a new lens. A smile can look forced, a speech can sound rehearsed, a joke can feel strategic. That does not mean everything is fake. It means the audience is more aware, and awareness changes power. When audiences accept everything at face value, the system stays strong. When audiences begin to question, the system has to adjust. That is the deeper impact of the Oscars moment. Not destruction, exposure. It exposed how fast powerful rooms protect stability. It exposed how quickly narratives can shift. It exposed how much of celebrity culture depends on careful storytelling. For young viewers, it may simply have been a shocking moment. For adults, it became a case study in how influence works. It reminded people that fame does not remove responsibility. It reminded people that applause does not always equal agreement. And it reminded people that when powerful systems are challenged in public, their first instinct is often to protect themselves. The biggest change may not be in Hollywood at all. It may be in the audience. Viewers today are more alert. They replay moments, they analyze tone, they read between lines. The illusion feels thinner. And once an illusion becomes thin, it cannot feel as solid as it once did. So was the slap just a breaking point, or was it the moment when a carefully built image finally showed its human cracks? Maybe it was both. Maybe it was a human mistake amplified by a powerful system trying to stay steady. What is certain is this: the event did not just change one night, it changed perception. And in industries built on perception, that is everything. In the end, this story is not just about a slap. It's not just about one actor, one comedian, or one award show. It's about something much bigger: how power, image, and influence work together in ways most people rarely stop to think about. For decades, we watched celebrities through a glowing screen. We saw polished interviews, inspiring speeches, red carpet smiles, and carefully chosen words. We believed in the characters they played. We trusted the versions of themselves they showed us. But every once in a while, something happens that breaks the pattern. The Oscars moment was one of those times. It was raw, it was unexpected, it could not be edited or rewritten before the world saw it. And in that split second, the carefully controlled environment of Hollywood felt human and messy. What made it unforgettable was not only the action itself, it was the reaction, the applause, the continuation of the show, the return to normal as quickly as possible. That reaction made many people pause and ask deeper questions. Do powerful systems protect people equally? Does fame change the way consequences work? How much of what we see is genuine and how much is carefully managed? These are not easy questions, and they are not limited to Hollywood. Every industry has its own version of image management. Every powerful space has its own quiet rules about who is protected and who is replaceable. The Oscars simply put that reality under the brightest spotlight possible. At the same time, it's important to remember something else. Celebrities are human. They make mistakes, they feel pressure, they carry private struggles that the public may never fully understand. Recognizing flaws does not mean erasing talent, but ignoring behavior does not help either. Real growth, whether for a person or for an industry, begins with honest reflection, not applause that smooths things over, not silence that avoids discomfort, but thoughtful conversation. And that is where you come in. Because systems only stay powerful when audiences stop questioning them. The real shift after that night may not be happening in boardrooms or studios. It may be happening in living rooms, classrooms, and online discussions, wherever people decide to look beyond the surface and think critically. When you watch an award show now, do you see it differently? When you hear a speech, do you listen more carefully? When a public apology is made, do you wonder what is strategy and what is sincerity? That awareness matters. It does not mean becoming cynical. It means becoming thoughtful. It means understanding that fame is not the same as truth, applause is not the same as accountability, and image is not the same as character. The Oscars moment did not destroy Hollywood, it did not erase a career, but it did crack open a conversation that had been quietly building for years. A conversation about power, about protection, about the cost of maintaining a perfect image. And once conversations like that begin, they rarely disappear. So now, the story does not belong only to celebrities or studios. It belongs to the audience, to you. Was that night simply a human mistake that went too far? Or was it the moment when a carefully constructed image finally became too heavy to carry? Was the applause compassion, or was it self-preservation? There is room for different opinions. There is room for debate. That is how meaningful discussion grows. If this story made you think, don't let the thinking stop here. Share your perspective, talk about it with others, question what you see on stage and on screen. Because the more people are willing to look deeper, the harder it becomes for any system to rely only on illusion. Fame will continue, award shows will continue, celebrities will rise and fall, but awareness changes everything. And sometimes the most powerful moment is not the one that happens on stage, it's the one that happens after, when the audience decides to see clearly.